Hello everyone, I'm Akriti Dave from New Age Institute of Engineering and Technology. We will be discussing about the next topic of Indian Constitution, and that is about the Directive Principles of State Policy, which is also known as DPSP. So in the examination, sometimes the question is like explain the DPSP or the features of that, bifurcation of that, so that we will see in the details, okay? So what is basically Directive Principles of State Policy? See, basically, they are the guidelines for the state. A state should take these measures for the welfare of the people. That is the main concern of the directive principles of state policy. So, here they are the guidelines, or we can say 15 principles given to the Federal Institute governing the state of the India. So, these principles actually constitute a mechanism for the welfare of the people. They are moral by the nature for the states, means states should take these following steps for the social, economic, or we can say overall welfare of the people. That is how these directive principles are there. So here they must be kept in the citation while framing the laws and policies so that can be beneficiary for the citizens. These provisions are contained in part 4 here and article 36 to 51 deals with it. So here they are not enforceable by the court. You can see here they are not enforceable means they are moral in the nature for the state. Just like fundamental duties are for the Indian citizens and they are by moral, nature of the people, same way directive principles of the state policies for the moral nature of the state. Okay, they are not enforceable by the court. But the principles laid down therein are considered for the governance of the country. So that makes it a duty of the state to create a very good welfare of the people. So there are three kinds of DPSPs are there. Okay, so you can just see socialist principles, Gandhian principles, and liberal intellectual principles. If we talk about the socialists, basically they are for the social and economic welfare. Gandhian principles definitely based upon the Gandhian ideology, and liberal intellectual are for the promotion of international peace. If state is working well, definitely it contributes to nation's growth, and nation's growth contributes to international peace. So that is how the classification of DPSP is made. First one is about the socialist principles. So, what are the socialist principles? They are the principles that aim at providing social and economic justice, as well as they set the path towards the welfare state. So, the social and economic sphere is considered for this kinds of principle. So, various articles are there here. You can see here the first one, Article 38, which promotes the welfare of the people by securing a social order. Here it can be social, economic, as well as political, as well as it minimizes the inequalities in income, status, facilities, as well as the opportunities. So basically, whatever discrimination a person may feel, that is minimized here so that the equalities can be felt. So here the social and economical as well as the political things are promoted so well that it basically promotes this sphere of the people. Okay, that is how the socialist principle works. Next article is about the secure citizens, means right to educate means of livelihood. Everyone deserves a very good life. So better livelihood is the concern of every state. You can get better living style. That is wow important for all the people, right? Better living style and better living lifestyle, right? Second is equitable distribution of material resources. It should never be the case that rich are getting more and poor are not getting anything, right? So equal distribution of material is important. Prevention of concentration of wealth and means of production means basically we should consider that how any person can purchase something, right? So that is how the prevention of wealth and means of production is there. State should not work like a business mind, like it's just making money kind of thing. Okay, that should not be there. So that is how this article 39 is stating some of the elements. Equal pay for equal work. It should never be the case that one person is getting more. So here the man and women must not be discriminated for that. So equal pay is there. Preservation of the health as well as strength of workers and children against the forcible abuse. So the work should also not be allocated in such a way where their health will be damaged, right? So the preservation of these things are a matter, as well as opportunities for the healthy development of the children. That is also very important in Article 39. Next is about 39A, which promotes the equal justice and free legal aid to the poor people. Okay, so that is for the socialist principle. Article 41, if unemployment is there for old age, sickness, or disablement, so the citizens may be secured for right to work, right to education, right to public assistance. Okay, they can be helped by the government. Some schemes are also there. If you know that NG Narega scheme is there, and those things actually provide the people some paid emoluments as well as the work. So that is how the unemployment can also be, we can say, eliminated from the society by this kind of policies. So that is how the socialist principles work. Article 42, it's about make provision for just and human condition of work and maternity relief. So these things also need to be considered. 43 is about secure a living wage as well as decent standard of living, because any person would like to live in state only when it is providing a very good life, a decent life to live. So that is how social and cultural opportunities must be there between the workers. Okay, so that is Article 43. 43A is about take steps to secure the participation of workers in management of industries. Okay, so here the teamwork is always considered well with the best social and economic welfare. Okay, 47 is about raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living of people to improve their overall public health. Okay, that is also quite important. So these are the principles which were known as the social. Now next one is about the Gandhian principles. So what are the Gandhian principles? Basically these principles are based on the Gandhian ideology. So which were the Gandhian ideology? Promoting the peace, avoiding the violence, right? Promoting the cottage industries, everything comes under this. Okay. So here they are used, the Gandhian ideology is used to represent the program of reconstruction which were enunciated by this Gandhiji, okay, Mahatma Gandhiji, during the national movement. Under various articles they have been stated. So first one is Article 40. It's about organizing the village panchayats. You know, whenever a decision has to be taken, it must be in the favor of the public. Also, some of the things would be like it must be decided jointly by the people. Majority of people should participate in decision making. So all these things make a government rule very smooth, right? So that is how organized village panchayats, endow them with the necessary powers as well as authorities. Everything should be there in the hierarchy. Okay, like a nation, that is center, state, local government, panchayats, everything. Article 43, it's about promoting the cottage industries on individual or cooperation basis in rural areas. That is also quite important. A lot of industries work on this, okay, in which these cottage industries are promoted. Okay, some of the schemes of the government are also there which are promoting this. Article 43B, it promotes the voluntary formation, or we can say autonomous functioning, democratic control, and professional management of cooperative societies. Sometimes this kind of ventures come into the picture and they work very well also. So these are all the ideologies based upon the Gandhian principles. Okay. Next one is Article 46. It promotes the educational and economic interests of this scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other weaker section of the society, so that social injustice or exploitation can never be with these people. Right. So that is how this thing is working. 47 is about prohibition of consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs, okay, which are very much injurious to health. So that is also quite important. And Article 48, it prohibits the slaughter of cows and other this animals, cattle and everything to improve their breeds. Okay, because everyone is having the right to live. So injuries to health things must be avoided, as well as we must not injure any living creature. That is how the Gandhian principles are there. Okay. Next one is the liberal intellectual principles. Basically, they are the principles which reflects the ideology of liberalism. So here international peace can be promoted by this. So Article 44, first of all, okay, these principles are reflecting the ideology of this liberalism. It secures all the citizens for a uniform civil code. Okay, Article 45 is about providing early childhood care and education for all children until they complete their age of 6 years. Okay, that is quite important. Article 48, here it organizes the agricultural as well as animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. Okay, these are the things which can be understood quite easily, but these are termed as articles so that these principles can be followed. Okay. Article 49 is about protecting the monuments, okay, especially the artistic and historic interest of the country that is having the national importance. So that is also quite important. Article 50 is about separating the judiciary from the executive. Basically, independent judiciary is that. Okay. And Article 51 is about promoting international peace and security. So it can maintain just and honorable relations between the nations. Okay. Basically, that fosters the respect for international law, because we have to respect the law and treaty for other countries also. Okay. And it encourages the settlement of international disputes, because if we are following the peace, if other country is threatening our peace, then definitely every country can unite and work against it. Only if we are behaving well. Okay. So if we are promoting peace, definitely other people will also promote the peace. So that is how the liberal intellectual principles work. So here 42nd Amendment Act was there, and in that four new directive principles were also added. So those are mentioned here: 39, 39A, 43A, and 48A. Okay, that is how these DPSPs are added. First one is for the opportunity of healthy development of children. 39A, that was promoting equal justice and provide free legal aid to the poor people. 43A was for the steps to secure the participation of workers in management of industries. Okay. And sometimes it happens if one person is starting the industry, they don't include their workers. Okay. They are just running like a family business or something. So that must be avoided. Okay. If a person is working for so many years since the company has started, okay, then definitely some of the steps to secure their participation must be there. And 48A to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife. Okay, so this were added by the 42nd Amendment Act 1976, and these four new DPSPs were added. Okay, so apart from the three categories, that is the social, intellectual liberalism, and third one for the Gandhian, we are having these four new principles also. So that is how the unit of DPSP is classified. After that, features of the directive principles of state policy, that what are the basic features of this? So we can analyze from this. First one is they are actually some instructions to the state for achieving the socio-economic development. Okay, that is the first one. Second one is they are actually not enforceable in the code. They are like the moral nature of the state, but the articles must be provided in such a way that this DPSP must be favored, right? They are positive in their nature because basically they increases the power and function of the state. Also, they aim at establishment of a welfare state, means something that is very good livable thing for the people of those particular states, right? So they secure the social and economic justice for the people. They are indispensable for social economic development, definitely irreplaceable sometimes, because if a state is following this very well, definitely it increases the livelihood of the country, right? They have great moral values because once again, like fundamental duties of citizen, this is like state's fundamental duty kind of thing. They constitute the mirror of public opinion because whatever is happening is for the welfare of public only. They are fundamental in the governance because if this is followed, definitely the country will grow better. Also, the people would love to be there. And the state should follow this principle for the progress of the country. Okay, if a person is getting a very good environment here, definitely he or she will grow. And that ultimately promotes the country's growth, right? So that is how the state should follow these principles. So these are the features of the DPSPs. So, what can be the important questions from this unit? First of all, is the explanation of this directive principles of state policy known as DPSP with its classification, as well as features of the DPSPs can also be asked. Right? So, that is how this unit is covered in your syllabus. So, thank you so much. That was all about the DPSPs, and see you in the next session. We will be covering more topics of Indian Constitution. Thank you so much.